Okay, so this crow's pose strengthening is perfect for people that have already given it a go, but might just not feel so confident just going into that complete flying crow. So we'll be working on some strengthening and also giving it a go together with some nice clear cues. Grab 2 blocks, that's going to be really helpful as well, because that's going to give you that confidence to know that you're not going to fall flat on your face. Okay, starting at the top of your mat, working into some deep squats, because we need a deep squat to get that knee as high up to the armpit as possible. So you're going to have your feet about hip width distance apart. Now, if you know that you are somebody that knocks their knees, put a block in between those legs, because we need strong legs and not damaging that knee. Okay, hands out, tippy toes, bending all the way down, holding here, coming all the way up and down, good job. And again, up, all the way down, don't worry if you wobble, and up. 3 more times, all the way up and down and up, really nice. Keep good control, keep breathing. Tippy toes, all the way down, keep that core engaged and up. 1 more time, tippy toes, all the way down and up. Lovely work. Okay, coming into our extended side angle, so taking the left leg forward facing front and then the right foot straight back, heels in line with one another. Quite a wide stance, right foot facing straight out to the right side of the mat. Bending through the left leg, a decent bend here because again that deep squat, we want to get the armpit as close to that knee. Hands to heart center, twisting round to the right side, taking that left armpit down to that left knee, keeping these hands at heart center, keeping that bend through the front leg. And then taking that left hand down, feeling that connection, that drive from the knee and the arm, right hand up. Keep squeezing, keep this back leg working as much as the front, so you're grounding through the outside edge of that right foot. Keep that length underneath the underside, so you're not rounding too much. Maybe you need a block underneath that left hand, even though that armpit connection is going to be a little bit less. We don't want you to feel like you're grounding like this and you're really restricted. So hand all the way up, really nice. Feel like the feet are drawing in towards one another. That's going to keep you feeling lifted. 1 more breath here. Exhale, all the way up, coming into a reverse warrior, just stretching out that leg. Other side, so turning the left foot to the right side of the mat. Right toes straight to the back of the mat. Coming into your extended side angle, bending through that front leg, that right leg. Hands to heart center, all the way down. Again, thinking about this underside being long rather than crunching. Getting that connection of the armpit and the knee, feeling them drawing into one another, keeping the hands at heart center, taking that right hand down and left hand up. Maybe you need a block. Keep breathing, feel this back leg doing so much work and that bend is still happening in that front leg. Really good work, everyone. Keep squeezing that arm and knee together. Keep breathing. Inhale, all the way up. Reverse that warrior. Really nice. Feet coming in to center. Okay, coming in to our sleeping eagle. So eagle balancing. And also when we're doing our eagle, our arms are crossed over. So that helps separate these shoulder blades. And that's what we need when we're pushing that mat away. So, if you want to do this just with the arms because you feel too unstable with the legs as well, that is absolutely fine. The majority of this benefit is in the arms. If not, we're taking the left leg up and over, seeing if you can wrap it around that right leg. But if not, don't worry. Keeping these hips square. Hands up. Left hand under into those eagle arms. Maybe you just take the back of the hands together, or maybe those palms get together. Taking those elbows down towards the knees. Don't worry if you wobble. And reach the forearms down to the ground so you're rounding through the back. Still breathing. Feeling those shoulder blades separating. Inhale all the way up. Unravel. Good work. Okay, on the other side, feeling these hips feeling nice and stable. Right leg up and over. Maybe it hooks round. Hands up. Right hand under. Make sure those elbows are at chin height. And then start to fold down. Drawing the forearms down to the ground whilst you're lifting that back up to the sky, so you're rounding through that back, separating the shoulder blades. Really good work. Still breathing. Inhale, come all the way up. And release. Really nice. So again, if that was really difficult, you couldn't quite focus on just the arms, do it just with standing legs. That's absolutely fine. Okay, coming into our crow now. So starting in our malasana squat, so our feet are just about hips width, maybe a little bit wider, toes facing out. Sink all the way down. Now if you know you need a block underneath your bum, or you want to roll up the mat so it's underneath your heels, you do this because we want to be focusing on our crow rather than our malasana. Hands down. They are like our downward dog, just over shoulders width apart, fingers spread so widely. Where we get the grip is by actually gripping into the mat. And make sure that when I say to everybody, ground through the ends of the fingers, this is because when we start to get into balances, you would probably roll to the outside of that hand and you're not engaging the whole of your hand, so the stability is gone. So important here. Now we're in our malasana. Big inhale, now either just one or two legs. Take your bum up. Draw your knees in. So your knees are drawing to the outside, so the bicep side of your arms. When we come into full crow, it will be to the backs of the arms, but this is a nice way to start feeling about that tipping forward. So hands down, draw the knees and arms into one another. Inhale, lift that bum up. Squeeze, 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 and down. And again, lift up, squeeze the arms and the knees into one another like we were doing the extended side angle, and down. And up, think about that weight going forward. Now look down, don't look back. If you look back, you are going to fall over. That center of gravity is not going to work. How I look, I tend to look in front of my hands rather than in between my hands, because I still feel like in between my hands is almost tipping me forward too much. One last time, draw that tailbone high. Maybe you come onto your tippy toes so you can really feel that center of gravity starting to change. All the way down, really good job. I'm going to be working towards the knees behind the arm now. If you want to, there's a couple of tricks you can do with your blocks. Either you place them shoulders distance apart, then we come into our forward fold with our hands here, and our feet, try to get them as close as you can to your hands, but comfortably. And then you do your chaturanga arms. Take your knees into the back of the arms at the same time. As soon as you feel that connection, maybe you tip forward, maybe you lift up one leg and the other leg, or you don't lift up any and you start to drop the shoulders down so that you can feel what that center of gravity is like when that head comes all the way down. That's going to help you realise, look, okay, I do have strength in my arms, and it's not the end of the world when my head comes forward, because I can keep myself up. Yes, you've got your blocks for the time being, but you're working towards it. Another thing could be is that you put it in front of your forehead. So exactly the same setup, coming in from your forward fold, bending the elbows straight back like your chaturanga, connecting the knees to the back of the arms as high up into the armpit as possible. Start to tip forward, and then you've got the block there. So you know, okay, I can safely lift off. Maybe you start to lift off one leg and the other leg, because you have got the block there. When you feel confident, take the block down. And then start to tip forward, almost taking your gaze to that block. And maybe, just maybe, you can lift up both legs, squeezing those knees into the back of the arms, drawing those heels up to your bum. And then obviously you can go lower and then nothing. Absolutely practice with a cushion or pillow underneath your head as well if that's the thing you're worried about. But it is almost like a pendulum. As soon as you start to tip, you have got the perfect weight distribution to stay lifted. So if you can breathe, if you can draw the energy into your core, you will stay up. Okay, so keep working to those. Keep using your blocks. Lift one leg, lift the other leg, and make sure that the elbows are going back, not to the side. That's really going to help. Check out the advanced video once you feel like you started to lift off, and we'll be building to more strengthening exercises to get you to have an even more stable crow. Well done, everyone.